Welcome in. Today we're going to talk about what I eat in a day, a very popular topic here on YouTube. But not only am I going to be sharing what I eat in a day, I'm mostly going to be sharing what I eat, what I don't eat, and what some of my favorite recipes are. If you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. But before we jump in, I'm going to mix up one of my favorite meals, baked oatmeal. I'll go ahead and have the recipe that I'm using today listed down below. For this recipe, I'm going to be using organic old-fashioned rolled oats. This is from Bob's Red Mill. I'm also using the aluminum-free baking powder from Red Mill. For the sweetness component, I'm going to be using the sugar replacement from Swerve. I used the brown sugar version for this recipe. And I'm also going to be throwing in some organic chia seeds. I have my oven preheated and I've already pre-greased my baking dish with a little bit of butter. And in the oven it goes for 30 minutes. If you don't know my background, I'll give you a little bit of details about me so you can really see how I've changed my diet over the years. I am 65 years old and I'm pretty happy and pretty healthy. I'm on no medications. I don't have any joint or mobility issues. I'm a pretty avid hiker and kayaker, and I just started doing yoga as well. I do work out at home with a rebounder and some free weights, and I stay pretty active overall. Even with all my activity, I can't say I'm not thin. I'm just an average 65-year-old woman. I'm 5'6" tall and I weigh about 158 pounds. Over the last several years, I have changed my diet really dramatically. I used to be an eat cherry pie with Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream on top in the evening kind of gal. I was eating sugar all during the day and really wasn't very aware of what nutritious foods I was putting or not putting into my body. Over the last several months, I've slowly started upgrading and changing my diet to be a little bit more nutritious and supportive of my overall health. And what I can say, I've never felt better. It is such a difference having good nutritious food in my diet that I never will go back. That being said, I do from time to time go out to lunch with a girlfriend and eat whatever I want. I'm not really strict or mean to myself when it comes to what I eat. But around my home, I do keep a very, very healthy diet and eat mostly organic, or as much organic as I can get. Let's first talk about the things that I don't eat anymore. I don't eat sugar. I don't keep sugar in the house, and sugar is just not a part of my diet. That being said, from time to time, I'll have a treat. And I always think I'm going to enjoy it so much more than I do. It ends up just making me feel yucky and terrible, and I don't know why I did it. But yet I will probably do it again in the future. Things like pumpkin pie around the holidays, or maybe some frozen yogurt with a girlfriend or something. It's just a little treat that I do indulge in from time to time. I don't keep sugar in my house. What I have done is I've substituted sugar with some sugar substitutes. I love sweet things, so I keep ingredients on hand that will provide me with that sweetness without the sugar added. This is a stevia that I use. This is from a company called Sweet Leaf. This is really good. It's one of the few I found that doesn't have that kind of yucky aftertaste. And as far as cooking goes, I use products from Swerve. I have all their different sugars. I have the granulated sugar replacement, the convectioner sugar replacement, and also this is the brown sugar. I seem to use all of them depending on what the recipe is. In addition to not eating sugar, I don't keep flour in the house at all. I really do try to shy away from white flour. It seems to go right to my stomach and it makes me feel terrible and puffy. I don't know why. I really began to notice it when I was living in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, and some friends and I discovered that there was an Italian woman down the street who had opened a bakery and she had the best almond croissants. Oh my gosh, we would meet there in the morning and have our little lattes and our almond croissants. It took me about 10 days before my body just rebelled. I looked like I gained 10 pounds. I had a huge pooch. I was puffy everywhere. That was my first clue that flour was probably not going to be a good part of my life. Now in my diet at home, the only flour that I use is a sprouted flour bread, and I'll show that to you a little bit later in the video. As far as prepared foods like chips and crackers and boxed or canned things, I really don't eat much of that at all. If I do have something that comes in a can, it's generally a bean of some sort, and I do try to buy organic. As far as what I do eat, I eat a ton of fruits and vegetables. And that's just a personal thing. I grew up eating from my grandmother's garden and learned to love vegetables early in life. And if I don't get my vegetables, I really miss them. So I eat lots of vegetables, I eat lots of fruit. I do select organic when I'm shopping. I actually prefer to go to the local farmer's market and get organically grown local produce. The selection is pretty thin here in the wintertime, but during the summer I'm at the farmer's market every single weekend and the vendors know me. One thing to keep in mind with organic produce, particularly from the grocery store, is that it doesn't really offer a nutritional benefit. In other words, the nutrition that you're going to get from organic produce isn't greater than regular produce. You're just not getting that load of toxins and chemicals that are in the regular produce items. And you know what I think? I think they ought to scrap the word organic altogether. What I think should happen in the grocery store is there should be like a regular produce area and a chemical produce area. I don't know why they decided to act like organic was the weird little stepchild when it's really the chemical-laced fruits and vegetables that are the problem. So I suggest that we change it. No more organic, just the organic is the regular and the chemical is what we stay away from. Don't you just love peeking in someone's refrigerator? I'll show you what's in my refrigerator. First off, up here on the top shelf, I've got my chaga tea. This is what I mix up in order to make my chaga coffee in the morning. I'll use my alkaline water, I'll make my chaga tea, and then this gets mixed into my teapot 50-50 with the alkaline plasma water and the chaga tea. That's going to give me a whole lot of antioxidant benefits and an immune system boost in something that I'm doing already, which is having my morning coffee. I keep a lot of coconut milk on hand for my evening sleepy time drink. I always try to get organic, but sometimes they just don't have it. This week I got lucky and I ended up picking up a couple of cartons of the organic coconut milk for my evening drink. Down on this shelf is one of my favorite treats. That's a half of an organic natural peanut butter and honey sandwich. Right now I have the Adams Natural and I always get locally sourced organic honey. For my bread, and I do eat a small amount of bread at home, but it's generally a flourless bread with sprouted grains. This is a flourless bread and it's from Food for Life. Love this stuff because it gives me the opportunity to have a little sandwich without having all that flour that seems to just puff me up like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Over here I have leftovers that I've eaten a few days ago that I'm going to make a new meal with. This was a little Mexican food treat. I get organic corn tortillas and I'll either make quesadillas or little tacos out of this and add avocado and salsa and other yummy stuff. It's a delicious meal. I always keep really good quality organic plain yogurt on hand because I want the benefits of the probiotics in that yogurt. Plus, I end up eating it in a lot of recipes throughout the week. I love to put a little bit of plain yogurt over berries or fruit. It's really so yummy. You can see I have a whole bunch of avocados in here. I generally eat about 1 avocado a day, whether it's going into a salad or a little half a sandwich or on the side of some toast and a poached egg. I try to get an avocado into my diet daily because they're so very good for you and they have those wonderful fats that are great for our joint health and flexibility. On this shelf is one of my little treats. I love mineral sparkling water. I just love it. I'll generally drink about 1 of these bottles a day and then add more of my alkaline water on top of that, so I get a lot of water into my system throughout the day. I love these bottles of water. They're so very yummy. This is the one that I have going now, and you can see I have my little plasma Huggy around it. These are little plasma water vials right here, and it's in a little stretchy thing that you just put over your bottle so you're able to easily get plasma water with your water bottle, and I love it. When I'm done with this bottle, I'll simply just slide that Huggy off and put it onto my next bottle. Down on this shelf right here, this is my salad bucket. This is where I keep all my vegetables that I'm working with throughout the week. Cucumbers and bell peppers and onion, whatever I'm using to make my salads, I just throw it into this bucket. So if I want to put a salad together really, really easy, I just slide this bucket out and everything that I have for salad vegetables is all right here waiting for me. I keep all of my cheeses in this drawer right down here, and I like to go ahead and grate a lot of my cheeses when I bring them home from the grocery store because it makes it really easy to throw together a meal if I already have the Parmesan grated to go over my vegetables and brown rice. And then down in the bottom 2 drawers, which you can see, are my vegetables, and on the very bottom drawer is my lemons, limes, and oranges. I always like to keep lemon and lime in the house all the time. I make lemon water in the morning before I have my coffee just so I can rehydrate my body and add a little bit of nutritional benefit from that citrus juice. And I love having the limes on hand so I can mix it together with my avocado. It's such a delicious little treat. My fruit bowl is always very well stocked. I love fruit and I eat a lot of it. During the winter, oranges and apples are pretty much a staple for me, and I'll end up eating at least an apple or at least an orange, and sometimes both, every single day. I love the fresh fruit. I love the fiber. I just love everything about it. I also keep organic bananas on hand for when I want a quick little pick-me-up. Such a good way to get some nice nutrition in a really healthful way. During the summer, my fruit choices are all about the stone fruits. Nectarines, peaches, plums. I even love figs and anything I can pick up from the farmer's market that is locally and organically and sustainably grown. I just love my fresh fruit, and I'll end up having at least 1 to 2 pieces of fruit during the day throughout the summer. I'm one of those people that I really only drink 2 things. That's coffee in the morning and then water the rest of the time. I don't drink sodas at all. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink any type of sweet teas or sweet drinks at all. It's just water for me. I do get alkaline water delivered to my home. I absolutely love this. I would not drink tap water anymore at all. There's just too many chemicals and too much fishy stuff that they've been putting in the water for quite some time. I'll use my alkaline water for my coffee in the morning, and then this is what I drink throughout the day. In addition, you can see that I'm wearing my plasma necklace. This is my plasma water necklace. What I do with my necklace is in the evening when I'm going to bed, I take my necklace off and I place it right on top of my water container because that's going to give me plasma structured water that's going to be so much more healthful for me to drink. So it's an easy way to get this entire jug structured very, very easily, and I'm not going to be wearing the necklace anyway when I'm sleeping, so it's an easy place to store it. And then in the morning, I just simply take the necklace off my water bottle and stick it back on my neck. I do eat meat and fish, but I don't eat just any meat and fish now, especially around the house. For my meat, I actually ordered online from a company called Cook's Venture. They have grass-fed, grass-finished beef, which is what I want. So I end up ordering a box of beef, and there's different cuts. They have different choices on their website, and I just put it in the freezer and I pull out whatever I want during the week. I generally eat beef about once a week at home. If I go out to lunch with a girlfriend or out to dinner with a friend or something, I'll eat whatever I want when I'm out. But at home, pretty much once a week for meat is what I'll eat. Now, generally, because the packages are larger, this is going to give me a couple of meals. I'll cook this up, I'll have it for a big meal during the day, and then maybe a smaller meal a few days later. For my fish, I order my fish from a company called Wild Alaska. I love this company. They do such a wonderful job and their fish is fabulous. Again, they ship it to my house and they ship it in packaging that everything stays frozen. They have everything from different types of salmons. This is a Pacific cod. They have halibut. They have lots and lots of choices. I generally just get a combination box and put that in my freezer, and I'll eat fish maybe 3 or 4 times a month because generally one of these will be one meal for me, and that will be my larger meal throughout the day. I'm going to hop in now to some of the favorite dishes that I rotate in and out of my diet throughout the week. I generally only eat twice a day. I'll have my coffee in the morning and then my first meal is around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If I end up getting hungry earlier, I'll go ahead and eat. I'm not real strict about it, but generally I find that I am not hungry at all until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Depending on the day and what I'm feeling like, I'll either have my big meal around 1 o'clock and my smaller meal around 6 o'clock, or sometimes I switch it up. I'll have a smaller meal around 1 o'clock and then my larger meal at 6 o'clock. It really just depends on what I'm feeling like and what I have in the house and what I planned my meals for that week. I do have some favorite recipes that I try to keep on hand all the time because I love them so much. They're so delicious and they're so good for me. The first I want to talk about is my cold cucumber soup. Oh, don't click away. If it sounds icky, I can tell you what, if you were at my house right now and I gave you a little serving of this, you would absolutely love it. This recipe is from Emeril Lagasse and it's actually old. It's years old. And I started making this about 8 years ago when my daughter and I lived up in Portland together. I found the recipe, I tried it, we both loved it. I have been using it over the years and now I can whip it up together. I don't even have to use the recipe. It's super quick. What I have done in the past few months is that I've changed out some of the ingredients in that now I add microgreens into the soup mixture. I started growing my own microgreens here in my house. It is so very easy. So here's my little microgreens garden. Getting about ready to harvest here, and you can see the lettuces down below. And I love putting the microgreens in this soup mixture because I'm getting those nutrients from the microgreens. When you're talking about the nutrient density of microgreens, you're looking at an 800% increase in the nutritional value of a microgreen compared to the full-grown plant. So you can see how powerful it is to put microgreens into your diet on a daily basis. I love this soup. It does take a little bit of preparation, and I end up making a double batch. And these two I made about 4 days ago. You can see how much I've gone through. These two will last me about 2 weeks. I try to have a cup of this every day because of the nutrient value in here. Not only are there cucumbers and microgreens, but there's bell peppers, a whole ton of fresh herbs, and a really good probiotic yogurt in here. So everything that's in this soup is wonderful for your health, plus it tastes so delicious. Another one of my favorite meals is sauteed vegetables over brown rice. I get this pre-cooked brown rice that I absolutely love because it's so quick and so delicious. This again is organic and it's from a company called Tasty Bites. I get a lot of my specialty organic food from Thrive Market. I love Thrive Market. Honestly, I feel like I place my order and 30 minutes later someone's knocking on my door with a delivery. They're so quick and they're very, very good. I keep several packages packets of this brown rice in my pantry all the time because I use it so often. This week for my vegetables over brown rice, I got organic zucchini and I also got asparagus. Now with the asparagus, I didn't need to worry about getting organic because asparagus is on the list of the Clean 15. If you're not familiar with the Clean 15, you can simply look it up on DuckDuckGo and it has a list of the 15 vegetables that you can buy that you don't have to worry about getting organic because the chemical load in these vegetables is very, very low because of the way they're grown. So asparagus is on the Clean 15. I just grabbed the asparagus that was on sale in my local grocery store. This is going to make a delicious dinner over my brown rice. Another really popular meal for me is salads, and I have lately been making salads using the microgreens that I grow. I have been growing arugula microgreens, which are so delicious. They're so spicy and tasty and yummy. I grow a spicy salad mix, and then I also grow broccoli microgreens, which gives that sulforaphane that is so very good for us. So I'll just mix together a big salad with a whole bunch of microgreens, whatever vegetables that I picked up during the week that are salad vegetables, toss that together with some lemon juice and olive oil, and that will be a big meal for the day because my salads are really huge. This is a salad with homegrown microgreens, organic arugula, cilantro, bell pepper, organic carrots, cabbage. I'm going to add a little bit of slivered almonds, and I've tossed it with an Asian dressing. So very good. For my oils, I generally always use olive oil or coconut oil for cooking. I don't keep any seed oils in my house. That means no corn oil, no safflower oil, none of those seed oils that really do a lot of damage to our systems. I stick with avocado oil, olive oil, and coconut oil. So my baked oatmeal is done and out of the oven. I'm going to let it cool for just a few minutes. And that with some blueberries topped with yogurt is going to be my first meal of the day. For my larger meal, I'm going to have sauteed zucchini over organic brown rice. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of fresh Parmesan cheese on the top. Sometime during the day, I'm going to have a little cup of my cucumber and microgreen soup. This is such a great treat. And then for a little dessert at the end of the day, I'm going to enjoy a nice juicy orange. So my baked oatmeal has had a chance to cool down a little bit. I've topped it with some organic blueberries and my organic plain yogurt. This is so delicious. So good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little trip around my kitchen and hearing about how I manage my diet now that I'm a little bit older and looking to get a little bit healthier. Actually, a lot healthier. I hope you found this video fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 and over 60 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. You guys know I just love it when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.